In this screencast, I will discuss how to modify the metadata associated with the recording using edit mode. The first step in revising the metadata of a recording is to select the recording. We're going to make two changes to the metadata associated with this recording. The first has to do with the misspelling of the composer name, and the second is to delete this text. When you enter edit mode with the recording selected, Wax displays all of the metadata in fields that make it possible to modify the metadata. To change the spelling of the composer, position the cursor appropriately and then type backspace to eliminate the extra character. Notice that when we make a change, the Save button becomes sensitive. Press it now to preserve the change that you just made. To change track metadata, first select the track and then click again to enter edit mode. Position the text at the end of the line and use Control backspace to delete entire words. Other familiar keyboard shortcuts work here as well, including Control X to delete to the clipboard and Control V to paste from the clipboard. When you finish making the change that you want, either type Enter or click somewhere outside the edit box to close edit mode. Again, observe that the Save button is now sensitive because we made another change. So we click it again to preserve that change. Now I would like to go back and explain the purpose of the New Entry checkbox. As you have seen, when you click the Save button with the New Entry checkbox unchecked, Wax saves the metadata in the current recording. If you check New Entry, Wax will save the metadata in a new recording. Let me illustrate. First, let's make another change to the metadata. Previously, we simply pressed the Save button at this point, but let's click New Entry this time and then press the Save button. When we return now to the Select mode, we can see that there is now a recording with composer Bogus. And in addition, we still have the original recording. Presumably, we're not interested in having a recording by composer Bogus. So let's return to edit mode now and see how to delete a recording. Go to the Options button and see that there are two choices for deleting. If we select metadata and sound files, Wax will purge all of the metadata for the recording and also delete all of the sound files associated with it. That's not what we want to do now because there are two recordings that use the same sound files. If we were to choose this option, then it would not be possible to play the other recording. So let's choose metadata only and then return to select mode to see the effect. As you can see, the recording by composer Bogus no longer exists, but the recording that we started with does. In this screencast, you have seen how to revise and delete. In subsequent screencasts, you will see how to rip and import. See you then.